place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find there. That's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 today could be the day. Oh, oh, today could be the day.
24 Ford Explorer Limited, $37,990. 24 Ford Ranger Raptor 4x4, just $56,940. 23 Lincoln Aviator all-wheel drive, $48,993. Rayvon Ford, your hometown team, delivering pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
Happy Friday. I love what Chris said here this morning. He said, it's November and warm. Woohoo! Shorts and a hoodie. It's going to be another warm day today, my friends. And so hopefully you have a great Friday. Now, we picked up some decent amount of rain over the last 24 hours around the area, along and north of Interstate 40. We're going to talk about that. We're also talking about, of course, today marks the very start of a very busy travel week. A lot of folks are going to get off work tonight. They start their travel plans or they'll start traveling as we get into our Monday and Tuesday. So again, a lot of traveling across the country. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. Let's kick back, relax, and let's get to work with the forecast here this morning. As you clearly saw at the very beginning, if you haven't left your house yet, we do have some very dense fog here this morning. The National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory. That's in West Knoxville, Fox Road Marina. And I got a report from the bus driver picking up my youngest son saying, I was running a little late this morning due to the fact that I just couldn't see the road. It is so thick in some locations. And so, again, a dense fog advisory is in place. Yesterday, we did top out in the 60s and 70s, officially at McGee Tyson Airport, just through yesterday evening, picking up 56/100ths of an inch of rain. Of course, we saw more rain during the overnight hours. And it turned out to be, it was another one of those days yesterday where the fog in some locations just would not burn off. Then we saw a little bit of sunshine, not much for some of us, and then the clouds rolled back in and the rain showers worked their way back in. Take a look at this. This is a time lapse from downtown Clinton, Anderson County. You can see that fog hanging out with us yesterday morning, and it just lingered, and it just lingered, and it just kind of lingered around the area. I was getting text messages all day going, where is this fog? Why won't it burn off? And then, there's and then the rain and the clouds and the fog kind of rolled its way back in. So that's kind of how yesterday played out. One of those weird days. But, the funny thing is I actually was sitting there going, okay, are we even going to hit the 70s? Now, again, we hit the 70s yesterday. I was forecasting 72. So we hit 70. So again, not bad. I actually, there was a time in the morning I was like, there is no way we're going to hit that high temperature, but we did. And again, right along in north of Interstate 40, we picked up half an inch to over an inch of rainfall. Places like downtown Knoxville, picking up nearly an inch and a half of rain. So that is what's led to the fog formation this morning. Again, the National Weather Service has issued that dense fog advisory for Scott County, Morgan, Roane, Loudoun, and Monroe County, and points further to the west. So if you have travel plans into Middle Tennessee, you're going to have to give yourself some extra time. If you're traveling multiple counties, you're going to have to give yourself a little bit of extra time here this morning. Actually, in Fountain City, picking up an inch, almost an inch and a half as well. So thanks for that. I appreciate that, Jason. Big Toe Blog. Did you change your name all of a sudden? What's going on here? Oh, you're on YouTube now. Are you on YouTube and Facebook? I don't know. I'm getting confused here. Anyways, visibility this morning, the thickest fog is to our west. So going up and over the Cumberland Plateau, down along the plateau towards, Lebanon, Cookeville, it is going to be super thick. And so you're going to have to slow it way down. And again, some of those, one of those mornings where you can't use the high beams, High beams don't do you any good on a foggy morning like this morning. Happy Friday to you, Beverly. Sure hope you have a great day. All right, so from now through lunchtime, we're still have the chance for a few spotty showers. But I think as we get past the lunch hour, we're probably not going to get a ton of activity. Can't rule out a couple of passing showers from noon to 3. And then 3 to 6, I think we're going to start to see some drier weather. Although, again, some spotty showers can't be ruled out. Don't take into the account the exact location. This is just a model guidance. But if you are heading off to high school football tonight, we probably won't have a ton of rain for most of us. And I really just don't think that we're going to have a whole lot of rain from now through sunset. You know, we're talking about a tenth of an inch or less, really, for the most part. Temperatures this morning are trending warmer. We've got temps running anywhere from about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday. So that like little roller coaster sing-song dance that we do this time of the year. We're currently in the 50s and 60s. So that's well above the average low temperature. Now, forecast highs are going to continue to trend above average, so not bad. Even though we're going to have more clouds than sunshine, we're still going to make it into the 60s and 70s, kind of like yesterday. So if you are heading off to high school football, do anticipate partly cloudy. We'll go partly cloudy skies, generally speaking. We'll be at 64 by 5 as you start to head down to the stadiums. By kickoff tonight, we're down to about 58 degrees, and we'll in the games right around 55. So you'll need the jackets because once the sun goes down, it is going to be nice and cool, or the blankets on some of those metal bleachers. Now, with that said, we do have another little wave of energy moving its way through overnight tonight. That's going to bring us increasing chances for some isolated strong thunderstorms. Better chance back towards Middle Tennessee, but that does clip the Cumberland Plateau. I'm not anticipating a lot, but could see a couple of strong thunderstorms producing some strong gusty winds, and that's going to be about the general idea. So you can see how our Futurecast model is picking up on that storm system coming through overnight tonight. And again, it's probably going to be a wet start to our Saturday morning. We're likely to have some fog playing out with us, some wet roads, so not necessarily the best start to our Saturday, but we'll see improving weather conditions, and we'll pick up about a third of an inch of rainfall. Rain moves its way on out. Storm system slides off to our east. We're going to have a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature-wise, not bad, actually. Should be pretty nice. And when you add up all the rain from today through tonight and through the day tomorrow, or at least tomorrow morning, rainfall totals are going to be anywhere from about a quarter to pushing close to a half an inch of rain. Then we'll see those rain showers fade away. Sunday should be the best day of the weekend, although, again, Saturday is not going to be bad. Then Monday, we'll start to see the clouds increasing. Here comes our next cold front. And our Tuesday to Wednesday cold front is the one that's going to drop our temperatures. But there are some changes, not drastic changes. Again, I've been kind of highlighting this over the last several days. We know that we're going to pick up a lot of rainfall over the next 7 days. We're likely to push anywhere from an inch to upwards of 2 inches of rainfall all the way through Wednesday. Now, this takes us through Thanksgiving Day, but we're not going to see any rainfall on Thanksgiving Day. So let's highlight your 7-day forecast because Thanksgiving Day is on the 7th day. I forgot to put the turkey on the 7-day forecast. Uh-oh. I guess Thanksgiving is not happening this year. I guess that's really the general rule. You know, that's the idea. Anyway, 71 today, 68 tomorrow, mid-60s with sunshine, Sunday, Monday. So that's going to be great. Clouds increase Monday into Tuesday. We're looking at rain showers. Cold front comes on through. And here comes that deeper trough that we've been highlighting by Thanksgiving Day. So temperatures on Thanksgiving Day still should be in the low 50s. That's the way it looks like it's going to be playing out under partly cloudy skies. So should be a nice Thanksgiving Day. Good day to get out after you eat some turkey and take a nice little walk. Of course, we're going to be highlighting that forecast. So here is that 4-day forecast from Thursday through the busiest shopping weekend of the year. And notice there are some changes. Now, yesterday I said, okay, there is maybe a chance for some snow. Ensembles are starting to pick up on a little bit of that activity. This is 100% the reason why you don't share or post erroneous data on social media. That dude that I talked about yesterday just got railed on social media, even all day yesterday. People are calling out the National Weather Association and then the American Meteorological Society Association and basically saying, hey, listen, these people, they need to get their seals taken because this is the story, right? So I don't think that we may be trending as cold as previously anticipated. And let's go back to your ensemble forecast. There are some changes to this. Ready for this? Here's Thursday. Here's Friday. Here's Saturday. Busy shopping holiday weekend. Travel weekend. A lot of folks are going to be heading home on Sunday. And that's the latest guidance from the ensembles. Great if you're not a snow lover. But again, this is why there's this like constant battle going on social media. That is just muddying the waters. You just can't forecast snowfall precisely this far out. You know, like a week out, we're like, okay, maybe. There's that big pocket of colder air that's going to be swinging its way on through. So we are likely to be trending below average as we round out the month and head into the month of December. So I wanted to highlight for just a moment of time, for those of you that want to stick around, that's your forecast here for the day today. But I did it yesterday, so we're going to do it again here today. I wanted to highlight for a second the models, because this is what we're talking about. So, and I posted on social media, I posted the Euro and I posted the GFS. And the GFS had a little bit of a deeper trough digging in come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, guess what? Here's the trough. That's, let's go to, there it is. Well, there's the colder air. So I actually was highlighting Saturday morning of next week. Big changes from what we saw. That's the European model. Here's the GFS. Again, you can see how they're not agreeing that's this far out. Not at all. But that is why we do what we do, and we slowly, and that's why I'm very conservative in my forecasting. If you saw any of my posts yesterday, I said, listen, this is not a forecast. We're super preliminary. Maybe things are lining up. Come check back in. You always got to come check back in to see how it all plays out. Because in reality, I mean, listen, when we're talking snowfall forecast, and this is why you just can't share that kind of stuff on social media. When we're talking snowfall forecast, we all know, we've all lived it here in East Tennessee. While we might have an idea about 7 days out, you start to get a little bit of a better idea 5 days out. Then you get into that 3-day window, and you're like, okay, now let's really highlight some snowfall totals, at which point really 24 hours out is really when we really highlight the potential of what we could actually see. That's the way you forecast conservatively and responsibly. Slow and work our way on through. Chris is excited about the no snow. Kimberly says, let's dance. Yes, ma'am. She speaks again this morning. I know you don't like the 7 a.m. lives or the 7:30 lives. But here we are. All right, so I showed you what it looked like at Fox Road Marina. Let's take a look at, this is Fort Loudon Dam. Let's get this one on the map here. This is Fort Loudon Dam. So super foggy there. Let me just switch cameras here again, and we'll take you up to Anakeesta. And beautiful. Beautiful weather at Anakeesta, right? Look at that. Sure, we don't have the fog, but we do have the clouds still sticking with us here this morning. All right, let's talk about those national holidays, shall we? The music has ended. We move right along. All right, so today's November 21st. Weird to say. Can't believe we're rounding out 2025. That just means we're all getting older, doesn't it? I don't know about you, but I'm getting closer to 50 every year. All right. Anyway, celebrating birthdays and events. Any events out there that are ongoing here this weekend? I know Felicia put something on here. There it is. Saturday, tomorrow, 10 to 5, the second annual Siege at Millennium Manor in Alcoa. Renaissance vendors, full armor battles, tour the castle, free admission. Come see the dragons and the critters that she's been producing. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, then maybe you want to go check that out in Alcoa. Hey, Mike, ever thought about doing traffic again? Nope. Well, maybe now that I'm broadcasting at 7:45 in the morning, maybe it'd be beneficial. Yeah, maybe. When I was broadcasting at 6 o'clock in the morning, it just really wasn't conducive to do traffic. But this time of the morning, maybe I can start doing traffic. Would you like me to start doing traffic? Yay or nay? Yeah? Yay or nay? Throw it in the chat. Let me know what you say. All right. Today is Substitute Educators Day. Big shout out to all the substitute teachers. I mean, we all know that substitute teachers get the worst of the worst, right? It's a tough job to be a sub because the classes just don't listen as well as they do to the original teacher. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. So big shout out to you subs. I've actually been asked by my kids' schools if I'd ever come in and do some sub work. And while I've always wanted to be a high school science teacher, I would love to do some sub work. I think it would be so much fun to do. I was like, unfortunately, I can't. I'm broadcasting. I can't be at school right now. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. if and when we get to the point where we can hire out and I don't have to work 7 days a week. Hey, today is National Gingerbread Cookie Day. Big shout out to gingerbread cookies. I love gingerbread cookies. Ginger snaps. I like ginger. They're good. Can't eat too many of them, though. Put on some LBs if you do. It's National Red Mitten Day. Got Canada on there. Do you know what that is? Anybody from Canada? On November 21st, National Red Mitten Day represents Canadian Olympic pride. Oh, there we go. The cozy holiday is a Canadian holiday. But since mittens are a must in the winter, why not choose red mittens? Perfect. It's also National Stuffing Day. I don't know why today is National Stuffing Day. But today is National Stuffing Day, getting ready for Thanksgiving Day. All right, let's talk about weather history. In 1989, the storm which produced thunderstorms and high winds in the northeastern U.S. in previous days produced snow and high winds in New England, with blizzard conditions reported in Maine. In 1988, high winds accompanied rain and snow in the northeastern U.S. Caribou, Maine received 8 inches of snow in just 6 hours. Talk about some big-time snow. In 1987, squalls in the lower Great Lakes region and the upper Ohio Valley produced 14 inches of snow at Snowshoe, West Virginia. I love Snowshoe, West Virginia. We are going to try to take a ski trip up there this year. We'll see if it will happen. If not this year, definitely next year. In 1985, Hurricane Kate made landfall during the evening hours near Mexico Beach, Florida, with winds gusting to 100 miles per hour. In 1967, excessive rains in southern Cal produced the most severe flooding and most damaging mudslides in 33 years. 8 inches of rain in downtown LA. And in 1998, a 4-day storm was in progress across the northeastern U.S. The storm dropped a foot of snow in New York and New Haven, as much as 3 feet in Maine and New Hampshire. And on this date in history, November 21st, 2025, let's go back in time, shall we? The daily quote is, "Men and nations behave wisely once they have exhausted all the other alternatives." Aba Eben. Aba Eben. I don't even know who that is. In 1995, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed about the 5,000 mark for the first time. Does anybody know what that means? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what 5,000 means with the Dow Jones. I don't know. In 1995, the Beatles' Anthology 1 set a first-day sales record, selling 450,000 units. In 1993, the U.S. House of Representatives voted against making the District of Columbia the 51st state. I remember that. In 1989, the proceedings of Britain's House of Commons were televised live for the very first time. In 1983, in LA, movie theaters premiered Michael Jackson's Thriller video. Boy, that was awesome. That was a great video, wasn't it? That was a great video. In 1982, the National Football League, the NFL, resumed its season following a 57-day player strike. In 1980, an estimated 83 million views tuned in to find out who shot JR. On the CBS primetime soap opera, Dallas. Kristen was the character that fired the gun. My mom. That was my mom's night. We all knew growing up, Mom had the television when Dallas was on, and you did not bother Mom when Dallas was on. You'd either sit and watch, or you'd go to a different room. In 1963, the Elvis Presley film Fun in Acapulco premiered. In 1877, Thomas Edison announced the invention of his phonograph. And in 1871, M.F. Galeth patented the cigar lighter. I didn't mean to push that button, but here we go. Good job for M.F. Galeth or whoever that is. See, we learn something new every day on the broadcast. Let's take you to Union County here this morning. Big old shout out to Maynardville this morning. Tom and the crew up there with TK Gourmet's Food Wagon, who by the way is doing a lot of catering. So if you need any catering done, hit Tom and TK Gourmet's Food Wagon. That is a mouthful, Tom. And by the way, don't forget, in just 1 week, not only are we going to be shopping because it is obviously Black Friday a week from today, but it will be a good day to head off to the Fantasy of Trees. Remember, East Tennessee Children's Hospital is a sponsorship of East Tennessee Weather. But they also hold and host their biggest fundraiser of the year called Fantasy of Trees. If you've never been, highly recommend it. It's at the convention center in downtown Knoxville. It's cheap, like $5 for kids, $5 or $8 for for seniors, I think it is, and $10 for adults, something like that. It's pretty cheap, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a big old kickoff to the holiday season. So I hope to see you down there. So our family, my wife's family, I should say, but that's my family now too. They all are coming to town on Sunday. So Sunday, I'll be broadcasting in the studio. Sunday night, I'll be broadcasting in the studio because we got a cabin down in like the Wares Valley area. And so we're all going to be going to a cabin. Now, I don't necessarily know that I'm going to be broadcasting there. It just all depends on the internet and or if I have a place to set up my remote station and not tear it down every single day. It's a process and it's a lot of equipment. So as long as I can keep it up in some room and not wake everybody up when I'm broadcasting early in the morning, then I'll be broadcasting from a cabin right around Wares Valley, Pigeon Forge, Townsend area. I don't actually even know where this cabin is. In-laws booked it. But anyways, we're going to be down there all the way through, I think, next Friday. So potentially, I'll be broadcasting on the road until next Friday. So we'll see how that all plays out. So make sure you tune in. I'll be highlighting some Witcher's Adventures. Maybe we'll get the family kids, all the cousins and the nieces and nephews on the broadcast. That'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I do broadcast at 7:30 in the morning, so maybe they will be awake at that point of the game. Hopefully, you have great plans for this, for next week. You have friends and family members coming to town. Of course, we're going to be talking about that in the coming days as well. And for the kitchen renovation, they did not renovate yesterday. They will be back this morning due to the fact that they had some family issues. But anyways, time for some Witcher's pictures here this morning. Here's a great little one. I love the silo. I love pictures like this. That almost looks like it would be Washington Pike. I don't know if it is or not. Let's see what they say on this photo. Foggy morning in Sevierville. So that's Sevierville, not Washington Pike, but Washington Pike looks very similar to that. Dwayne Mason headed out fishing on Tellico. What a spectacular morning it was. How about this one from yesterday? Dwayne's on the platform, I think, this morning. Great little morning for some fishing. I know you're a fisherman, and I know you've requested some fisherman shirts from East Tennessee Weather. That's a great view, Dwayne. That is just awesome. That just makes me want to go out there. And then Chris Hahn, also on the platform. How about this? This is from his camera in his backyard, from his live weather camera there. That was at 7:32 this morning, so right as soon as the broadcast started, and it is a foggy start to the day, but temperature-wise, not bad, 56 degrees with, 99% relative humidity, not 99.9, 99% relative humidity. And let's see if I have any new photos to share with you this morning. I don't know if I do. I like to share some of my family photos, but I don't think I took any yesterday. Oh, I did take one. I took this one yesterday in the rain. So because we have a kitchen renovation taking shape, that's a very blurry picture because it was dark and I was walking. But we went out to where'd we go to eat last night? Italian restaurant. We went to an Italian restaurant last night. So we're back at it. I don't know if you recall from when this fire first started, we were sleeping in a hotel room for a whole entire month. Now we're not sleeping in a hotel room, but we just don't have a kitchen to really cook very well. So makes things a little bit difficult to cook. All right. We'll be praying for you for sure, Krista. Doctors found a lump in your breast. So you got a mammogram, getting closer to your mammogram. We are thinking and praying for you for sure, my friend. Keep us posted. Market capitalization of the companies listed in the Dow Jones Index hit a record number when we went over 5,000, worth more than ever before. I know, but what does 5,000 mean, Tina? I don't know what 5,000 means. Let's see. Chris is saying, Dow should be right down the road from where I live and work, Mike. Yeah, we'll be right down the road from you as well. I think we're going to hit Anakista while everyone's here. We're going to do Fantasy of Trees while they're here. When you have 15 people, you don't go out to eat very often. It's just too much. Too much money, but just too much in general to gather everybody. So we'll be eating likely at the condo the entire time. Not the condo, the cabin, whatever. Will it be bad for travel Thanksgiving? How much snow? Not quite sure where you're joining us from, Sonia. But really, at this point of the game, I would say we're probably not going to see much snow here in East Tennessee. It is going to be further to the north across the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley. Again, a lot of folks have been posting on social media. There's a blizzard coming. We have a major Arctic outbreak. And guess what? It just doesn't appear that that's going to happen. So that gives you a good idea on some of these social media platforms that you see that they're just merely posting for clicks, likes, and shares. That is it. So I can't stress enough. Watch what you see, share, like on social. That's it, my friends. That's a wake up with Witcher on this good old Friday. Gosh, it feels good. Gonna watch the football game tomorrow night. The late game again. Boo. Told my wife we're gonna go watch it at a restaurant. Then we'll come back home and watch the second half at home. But I probably won't make it to the second half, as I typically don't. Not when we have 7 o'clock games, 7:30 games. Anyways. It's a little foggy out there this morning. Do travel safely. Not foggy in all locations, but some locations are super foggy this morning. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Anyways, trying to see what you all are saying on the chat. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me this morning. Be safe, be kind to each other. As I always say, life is short. See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. Wake up with Witcher, Saturday and Sunday. See you.
So your colors, they start, and it's stripping you.